A train ride to forever. They say love doesn't always come dressed in perfection. Sometimes it shows up on a crowded train. When life feels too heavy to dream again, this is the story of Amara, a single mother of two, and the unexpected encounter that changed everything. Amara had learned to live life in survival mode. Raising Noah, age 8, and Lila, age 5 alone hadn't been easy. Most mornings were a blur of backpacks, cereal bowls, missing socks, and a silent prayer that the bus wouldn't be late. Her marriage had ended 3 years earlier, leaving her with more bills than dreams. But she had 2 reasons to keep going: her kids. That day, she boarded the train like always, tired, hair pulled back, work bag heavy with unpaid bills and responsibilities. She sat by the window, Noah and Lila quietly sketching on the seats beside her. Rain streaked the glass outside. The train lurched forward. She sighed, thinking, another day, another hustle. 3 stops later, Ethan boarded. He wasn't the type Amara usually noticed. Tailored suit, expensive watch, AirPods in. The kind of man who looked like he belonged in a different world, not the crowded train. But as the train jolted, Ethan's briefcase slipped and bumped against Noah's coloring book. "Sorry, little guy," Ethan said, crouching down to pick it up. Noah grinned. "It's okay, I'm drawing a dragon." Ethan smiled, genuinely. That's a pretty fierce dragon. He sat across from them, the first time he'd ever chosen to sit with strangers instead of scrolling through his emails. It started with small talk. Ethan noticed the stickers on Noah's backpack. "Space Explorer, huh?" Noah beamed. "I'm going to be an astronaut. Lila wants to be a unicorn trainer." Lila, clutching a stuffed bunny, nodded seriously. Ethan laughed, not a polite laugh. A real, warm laugh. Then he turned to Amara. "You've got 2 amazing kids," he said softly. Amara hesitated. She wasn't used to kindness from strangers. "Thank you," she said quietly. They talked for the rest of the ride, about the kids, books, the city. She learned he worked in real estate, owned a few businesses, but spoke like someone who hadn't forgotten what it felt like to be human. When the train slowed to her stop, Noah waved at Ethan. "See you, Dragon Man." Ethan smiled and waved back. Amara didn't expect to ever see him again. But life has its own plans. The next morning, Ethan boarded the train again. And there they were, same seats, same tired but brave woman, same 2 kids drawing dragons and unicorns. This time, Ethan brought something with him, a chocolate bar. He handed it to Noah with a grin. "Fuel for the astronaut." Noah's eyes lit up. Lila got a pink sticker for her unicorn training academy. And once again, Ethan sat with them. It became routine. Every morning. Same train, same seats, same laughter. Amara found herself smiling more than she had in years. She didn't know why someone like him kept showing up, but he did. One Thursday morning, Ethan asked, "Amara, would you have dinner with me?" She froze. "A dinner? With him?" She laughed nervously. "I have 2 kids. Dinner usually involves chicken nuggets and spilled juice." He smiled. "Then I'll bring my best chicken nugget energy." That weekend, Ethan came over with takeout, not fancy restaurant food, but pizza with extra cheese. He played board games with Noah, read Lila a bedtime story, and helped Amara wash the dishes after. And in that quiet kitchen, when the kids were asleep, Amara realized something. This man wasn't just kind. He saw her. But falling in love after heartbreak isn't simple. One evening, after the kids were asleep, Amara confessed, "I don't have much to offer. No fancy degrees, no big house. Just me, and 2 little humans who need me more than anyone ever has." Ethan looked at her, steady, calm. "Amara, what you have is everything money can't buy. You've built a world for your kids with strength alone. That's not just. That's everything." For the first time in years, she let herself cry. Not from pain, from being understood. Ethan became part of their routine. Mornings on the train, weekend movie nights, park picnics, slow dancing in the kitchen after the kids fell asleep, but he didn't rush her. He knew she carried scars. He didn't try to save her. He just showed up every single day. Noah started calling him Coach E when they played soccer together. Lila insisted he attend every tea party she hosted. And Amara started to believe in love again. On the anniversary of their first train ride, Ethan asked Amara to meet him at the station after work. When she arrived, she saw a small string of fairy lights wrapped around the same seats they first sat on. Ethan knelt down, right there on the platform, with Noah and Lila holding signs that read, "Mom, can we keep him?" Tears spilled down Amara's face. Ethan looked up and said, "Amara, I don't just love you. I love the life you built. I love your strength, your heart, your kids. Let's build something new together, all of us." She said yes. Months later, they boarded another train. This time, not to work, but to a new beginning. Noah clutched Ethan's hand. Lila held Amara's. Amara gazed out the window, no longer tired, but full of hope. She had spent so long surviving. Now, she was living. Ethan leaned close and whispered, "This all started on a train, and now it's forever." She smiled through happy tears. Forever sounds pretty good. Love doesn't always arrive dressed like a fairy tale. Sometimes it wears a suit on a crowded train. Sometimes it hands your kids a chocolate bar. And sometimes it waits patiently for your heart to be ready again. Amara wasn't looking for love, but love found her on a rainy Tuesday morning. And the rest was history.